There we go. You guys are going to be in charge of our next community circle. You are going to be creating the lesson for our next community circle today, okay? You are going to be creating the lesson by determining which theme we need to know for our class, okay? So which theme of the Kevin Hankey's text do we need to know, all right? Daniel, a question.
Are we making up our own theme then?
You will get to that point, yes. So actually next week, you are going to be writing your very own comic that teaches a theme. So we are heading there. It's very exciting. Okay. All right, themes. So we're going to be deciding which theme is the most important for our class to learn. Here's an example.
Today, you're going to get to be the teacher and choose our next social emotional learning lesson. We're going to take the themes of texts that we've been studying and teach them about the emotional application in our lives. What can we learn from the characters and the plots? And what do you think our class needs to learn the most? What type of community circle discussion do you think we need? Let's take a look at an example. You're familiar with the ant and the grasshopper and the ant and the dove. In the ant and the grasshopper, the ant works hard to get himself ready for winter. The grasshopper plays around and is unprepared. In the end, we see that the ant had food to survive and the grasshopper was left stranded and probably wasn't going to be able to make it through the hard winter. So, a theme that we can learn from this is hard work helps you be prepared for what's coming. Okay, no matter what that may be. In the ant and the dove, we saw that the ant was struggling and was going to drown. The dove saw the ant and decided to help save him. Later, the ant saw that Dove was being hunted and went over to the hunter and bit him on the leg so that he missed the shot he took at the dove. From this text, we can learn that when you help someone, they will help you in return. Or what goes around comes around, if you want to put it in more hard to understand phrases. So, looking at these two themes, I'm going to think about, which one do I think that my class needs to know the most? Well, I know that this year is a really difficult year, and it takes a lot of hard work to make it. I also know that it can be really tempting to just play around or give up, much like we saw the grasshopper do. But time and time again, I have seen my students who continue to work hard be prepared for what's coming, whether it's the next level skill or a quiz or even just remembering the schedule. Our students who work hard are ready. I'd like to see all of my students understand that lesson, so this is going to be the type of theme that I think we should teach for our community circle. It is important to know that when you help someone, they'll help you in return, but I think my kids are already pretty good at helping each other and they don't need a lot of practice there. So, I am going to choose the theme that hard work helps you be prepared for what's coming. I'm choosing that theme because of the situation that I described that connects to our school life. This year is very difficult. It takes a lot of effort. I want my students to see examples of hard work paying off. I'm going to make this so we can see it a little bit better. I want my students to see examples of hard work paying off. Also, I know that many of my students can give examples of how they work hard. This is something that your teachers do when we're considering what types of books we'd like to read with you. we think about, what kind of lessons do my students need to know? And what kind of books can teach those lessons? Today, you're going to make a choice between two of our Kevin Hankey's texts and decide which theme from these texts would best be for our class to learn right now. And why do you think that, based on text evidence and on your real life experience?
Okay, so you are in charge today. You're going to decide what theme does our class need to learn the most, okay? Go ahead, if you would please, on Seesaw and click on that light bulb to refresh your feed. You will see an activity called, which theme does our class need to learn? Which theme does our class need to learn? It says, with your teacher, we're going to review the success criteria and vocabulary, and we are going to watch the video example and the instructions like we just did, okay? We're going to discuss possible themes for the Kevin Hankey's text. We're going to come up with 2 options on a Jamboard, and then you're going to vote for the theme that you think is best represented, okay? All right, so let's get ready to add your response, please. Oh, I forgot to erase the teacher note. Oh, well, we got it. And on slide 1, it says, we've been working on this goal for a while now. It's time for you to explain what it means to your teacher. Ah, so the student becomes the master. There's a little meme for you. Today, you are working on comparing the themes of stories written by the same author about the same or similar characters, okay? You are also going to be using this vocabulary. In your explanations, I should hear words like plot, setting, theme, compare, contrast, characters, similar, or difference, okay? Those are all words with which we are familiar. Aiden G, something to say?
So when you were like when we got done doing Kahoot, it just like a bunch of numbers popped up on my screen. Then it kicked me out, and it put me back in the Zoom.
Strange. I'm glad you're still here. Levin, something connected to our lesson?
No, my lesson was why. So, why have we started doing this success criteria for reading, and we've been doing our success criteria less on math?
If that has been happening, it has been a mistake. We're supposed to do them both equally. So I will make a mental note of that. Thank you. All right. Let's take a look at slide 2. This is where you will have a Jamboard. You guys can click on the Jamboard. You will not be able to edit it yet. I have it locked still, but you can open it, okay? It says, discuss the many possible themes of each text on the Jamboard. Identify the 2 best themes for each text. Add a sticky note with your name on it and drag it to the best theme for the text, okay? All right, so first of all, we're going to come up with themes. I am going to be the one recording the themes. I will unlock it when it is time for you to vote, okay? All right. It says, after your class identifies 2 themes for the text, your teacher will unlock the Jamboard and you will put a sticky note next to the theme you think is best represented by the text. Okay, Lily's purple plastic purse. Lily's purple plastic purse. What is a theme that we can learn from Lily's purple plastic purse? So in the text, Lily had a purse. She brought it to school. The teacher said, wait, you can show it later, but not now. Lily didn't listen and wanted to show her purse now. So Mr. Slinger took her purse and she had to learn the lesson of listening to instructions. And once she had apologized to Mr. Slinger and changed her mind, she was able to share her purse. So what theme can we learn from this? What's a life lesson that we got? Terrence, what can we learn from this?
Do not interrupt.
Do not interrupt what? Oh, you can't unmute. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do not interrupt when somebody is talking.
Okay. So here we go. Do not interrupt when someone else is talking, right? So Lily was interrupting Mr. Slinger's lesson and she had a consequence that she had to pay. Okay, that might be a theme. What else might be a theme? Sync, what else could be a theme?
I was muting to say I agree with Terrence because when I was doing my work, I said not to interrupt class.
Okay, so a common theme, it seems. You have one there as well. So a common lesson might be for school specific. Don't interrupt what's going on at school with off-task behavior. Great. Who's got a different theme, another theme that we could put for this text? William?
Don't get upset over little things.
Say it again.
Don't get upset over little things.
Okay. Don't get upset over little things, right? And we talked let's put don't get too upset over little things. We talked about how that can also be called don't sweat the small stuff, right? So there are some things that require a big, huge reaction, okay? Like maybe if you're in a car crash and your car gets really messed up, that might be a reason to have a really big reaction because that's a lot of money. It's scary. It could have been dangerous. You've got to change your whole schedule now. But what wouldn't be a good example is, oh, I got a paper cut. Okay, if I get a paper cut and I react the same way as I do at a car crash, I've got problems, right? It's too small. We don't need that big of a reaction. Lily had a really big reaction to her purse getting taken. She loved Mr. Slinger. She thought he was amazing. And then you took her purse and she writes mean notes about him. That's too big of a reaction, okay? So do not interrupt when someone else is talking. Don't get upset over the little things. Okay. We have more theme ideas. More theme ideas. Aiden G.
So I was thinking of don't don't be mean or don't interrupt or mean notes because that you will get in more trouble than if you were interrupting the teacher.
So don't add to the trouble. So you're kind of agreeing over here that there was a consequence that happened when she interrupted. All right. Leah, another theme idea.
Just don't bring your stuff to school.
Yeah, that's not really a theme. That's more of a rule. But yes, it is a lesson we can learn for sure. Right? Levin, a theme idea.
Don't bring something if you know you're gonna get upset over it.
Oh, yeah. Prevent big problems from happening by eliminating the situation. That's a good one too. All right. I am now going to unlock this Jamboard. You are going to add a sticky note right here, sticky note. You're going to put your name on it. You are going to take your sticky note and put it on the theme that you think makes the most sense. Okay? Remember, both of these are great themes. There's not a right or wrong answer. It's just which one do you think should be there? Okay? Also, please notice I resized my sticky note. I moved it down a little bit like this, grab the corner, because there's 20 kids in our class and we might need to make those a little bit smaller so that everybody's vote can fit, okay? So feel free to resize as well. All right. All right, friends, I am going to unlock this Jamboard. Remember, you might have to refresh. There we go. Okay. You might have to refresh. When you refresh, you should be able to write on the Jamboard. Okay, go for it. Add a sticky note, put it where you think is the best theme. Our class voted for the theme. Don't get too upset over the little things. We are all going to add that theme onto our slide on Seesaw, as that is the theme that our class voted for. So if you would please hop to slide 3. and type in that theme for Lily's purple plastic purse. And I will also place it in the chat for your quick access. Okay. Don't get too upset over the little things. That is the theme that our class has selected for Lily's purple plastic purse. Yes, Terrence.
You sent it to somebody privately because I don't see it. When you copied it?
I sent it to everybody in the waiting room, not everybody in the meeting. That would be very different, wouldn't it? There you go.
Yeah, it sure would.
Thanks for letting me know. All right. We're going to follow the same process for Chester's Way. Okay. Now we're going to think about Chester's Way, and we're going to come up with 2 themes, and then you guys will vote for the best theme. Okay. All right. Let's go back to our Jamboard. I'm going to hop to slide 2, Chester's Way. Okay. In Chester's Way, there were 2 boy mice, Chester and Wilson. These boys loved playing together and loved doing things their way. Okay. Then Lily moved into town. When Lily moved into town, she had a way of doing things her own, and it was different from the boys. So the boys did not want to hang out with Lily. But Lily one day saved the boys from some bullies. Then Chester, Lily, and Wilson became great friends. What is a theme that we could learn from this text? What could we learn from this text? Leah?
Don't judge before you know them.
Don't judge someone before you know them. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge someone before you know them. Okay, also known as don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, Chester and Wilson judged Lily and thought there's no way we'd like to be friends with her. And then once they got to know her, they found out that wasn't true. So don't judge someone before you know them. All right, what is a second theme that we could learn from this text? Daniel, what's another theme that we could learn from this text?
Try something new because you might like it.
Woo! Try something new because you might like it. Yes. So Lily used to wear costumes and the boys were like, that's weird. And then Lily bought the boys costumes and they loved it, right? And Chester used to only eat his sandwich this way. And then Lily showed him a new sandwich and he loved it. So try new things because you might like them. 2 very different themes, but that definitely match the text. Okay, I am going to unlock the Jamboard. You are going to decide which theme you think is best represented by this text. This is a tough choice. This is a really tough choice. Which theme do you think is best represented by the text? Editor, done. Remember, you'll have to click refresh. When you refresh, you will be able to put your sticky note next to the theme that you choose. Go ahead and make your judgments. Okay, we have, a very, very, very close race. Let's see. Don't judge someone before you know them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 votes. Try something new because you might like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. Woo! That was a close race. Our class has selected the theme, don't judge someone before you know them. Don't judge someone before you know them. Let's hop onto Seesaw. It says type the selected theme here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that selected theme there. That is the theme that our class selected. Here it comes in the chat as well. Okay. This is where you are getting ready to go to your independent work. It says circle which book and theme you will recommend for our class to study. So when you think about our class, does our class need to learn more about not getting upset over the little things? Or does our class need to learn more about don't judge someone before you know them? So think about our class. Which lesson does our class need to learn? And circle that theme. On the bottom, it says justification. Why does your class need to discuss this theme at your next community circle? So you're going to explain why, okay? You're going to type or voice record your answer here, okay? So choose a theme and then explain why does our class need to learn that theme the most. On slide 4, you have a choice of using the typing tool or the microphone, and you must use at least 3 vocab words to explain how you compared and contrasted the themes written by the authors. And we did a lot of comparing and contrasting today of 4 different themes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So you have that for your independent work to complete.